baskets today for a team that had won 7 of its last 9.
Yeah, you know, they've done such a great job taking care of the basketball and forcing other teams to make those turnovers.
Oral Roberts 5 times this year has had double digits in steals, talking about just how frenetic a pace they have. Switching up the defense again, getting a hand on the pass, and Donnelly comes away with it. Just the 4th Jackrabbit turnover today. It's a good look for Bella Edwards, but it's a little long. And a foul on the rebound. It'll be on Funches. That's 2 on the sophomore. This Golden Eagle team, we talk about Oglesby, who's not here. She's in her 7th year of college. You do have a grad student in Jackson, a couple of juniors, but there's a lot of freshmen on this ORU squad.
Yeah, they have a lot of new faces after the last year's team that finished 2nd in the Summit League.
Bad pass there, and that's what ORU wants to do, is force those long passes because they have time to be able to run them down. 3 no good from Hannah Coons, the redshirt freshman, transfer from South Dakota. And Abdush has her pocket picked by Baldwin. Edwards, not hesitant in the least, her 9th 3 of the year, and Aaron Johnston will take a timeout. So it is South Dakota State with 8 3-pointers already. The Golden Eagles, a little bit of energy behind the Edwards 3, but it's the Jacks by 21 in the second. The Jacks have won 64 consecutive conference games in the regular season. It's the 6th longest streak in NCAA history. Fox didn't get it to go.
Great box out by Oral Roberts, so I think they had everyone accounted for.
It's not easy to rebound out of the zone.
It's not.
Coons, and a foul called on Hillary Behrens.
You know, in their zone, they kind of show that 2-3, but then it rotates into a 1-2-2.
Edwards triggers into Coons. Baldwin, a 9 per game scorer, also leads the team with over 3 assists a game, number 2. She'll step back over Meyer. Just missing, and Behrens couldn't keep it alive. Jacks had 32 points in the first quarter. That's the most in a quarter this season for Aaron Johnston's squad, but only 5 in this second period. But ORU is 1 for 9 in the quarter and hasn't been able to take advantage of it. Holton nearly lost it. Coons off to Baldwin. Pretty reverse layup, but it fell off the rim. And then a foul on the rebound. Actually, jump ball, excuse me. It'll stay with ORU.
Great rebound by Holton, coming in, slashed into the boards and picking that one up.
Saw Sophie Anderson a moment ago again, the head coach of Oral Roberts. Arlington, Texas native and mother of 3. Holton, Meyer giving her room. Trusty goes right back to her. Trusty and Vasika, 2 of the longer guards in this league, and Trusty hits over Vasika.
Pretty good little shot fake, step back, and being able to knock that one down.
If you're the Jackrabbits, though, you have Trusty with 5 points on 5 field goal attempts. You like that ratio.
Right.
Meyer fouled before she could deliver the pass to Vasika. It's 2 on Holton. Funches also with 2 for this Golden Eagle squad. Mathowitz. Toole came up with the rebound and then a whistle. Presley Hartsock, the Norman, Oklahoma product.
And again, seeing a few people come into the game. See the foul there, pushing the Jackrabbit player out of the way. hasn't played in the last 3 games, but again, with Oglesby out, seeing a few different combinations.
So Toole hits the first free throw, 74% at the line for the Alexandria, Minnesota product. "20-point Jackrabbit lead. 5 to play in the second. Coons off to Trusty. Trusty left it short, and Meyer collects her 4th rebound. Toole on the drive. A little short on the pull-up. Jackrabbits in this quarter 2 of 7 with 3 turnovers. Yet we're tied at 7 for scoring in this second stanza. From way outside, Edwards long on the 3. Golden Eagles just 2 for 13 from deep. They are the second best 3-point shooting team in the league. And Fox in transition, long on her triple. And this will stay with South Dakota State. Aaron Johnston pacing the sideline, his 26th year.
Be interesting to see what comes out of this. There's a bunch of hands in there.
Again, you have to have conclusive evidence.
Right.
Right now, Tanner Gray, Missy Brady Resch is standing behind. That's the usual protocol, is you have 2 look at the monitor, 1 hangs out, and then they'll switch with the ceremonial passing of the basketball to take a look at a few more angles and then come to a conclusion. Jackrabbits outscored the Golden Eagles 32-12 in our first quarter. It's been more of a rock fight in this second period. More look here. That looks like Toole's hand had it last, doesn't it?
It does to me. So I wouldn't be surprised if this one does get reversed. But again, like you said, it does have to be conclusive.
Needs their hair braided today, and Gentry Baldwin has that task. She is the official braider of the Oral Roberts women's basketball team.
Well, that's an important task.
It is.
Coaching 8th grade basketball, I know it's an important task.
There is one more look as the 3 officials have stepped away, and they are talking. So the call stands.
I think you just get to the point where you really, I mean, it looks what you see, but it's not conclusive enough to overturn it.
And because Oral Roberts appealed and lost, it is charged with a timeout. So the Golden Eagles now have 2 timeouts. Vasika off the inbound. Couldn't get it over the rim, and Trusty dribbles through traffic in the midst of rebound number 3. Bella Edwards from Amarillo, Texas. Out to Hartsock. Donnelly back to Edwards, and she knocks down her second triple. Jacks have not made a field goal in over 5 minutes. Edwards nearly the steal.
Yeah, 0 of 7 in the last 5 minutes.
Toole missed the 3. That might have been tipped by Edwards. If your passing isn't as crisp, that's when that zone can come into play, and it hasn't been for SDSU as of late. Is how about Donnelly with an and 1 opportunity?
Yeah, she is kind of known for multiple moves getting to the basket, and we see that here with her move to the basket.
Donnelly has scored in double figures in all 3 Summit League games so far. She's at 4 right now, and she is the 5th best free throw shooter in the Summit at 83%. And she finishes the 3-point play. Golden Eagles have scored 6 in a row and drawn within 14. And then a foul on Taylor Jackson from behind against Meyer.
Number 33, Taylor Jackson, her first. Shooting 2, number 31, Brooklyn Meyer.
Shove in the lower back.
Yeah, that forearm once you extend that forearm, that's going to draw usually a whistle.
Meyer with 7 to go with 4 rebounds. Honorable mention All-American a year ago, was top 10 nationally in field goal percentage. But every year you've seen her game continue to grow, and that's why she's on the recognition lists nationally, because she continues to work and develop that game of hers despite what she's been able to do.
And despite what teams have thrown at her, you know, she sees a lot of different defenses thrown at her throughout the course of the year.
That's a career high 8 for Bella Edwards in the first 17 minutes. Basika in the middle of the lane, no good. And Aaron Johnston beside himself here as Oral Roberts sees a glimmer of opportunity.
Yeah, SDSU 0 of last 9 field goals.
Nearly a turnover, but Edwards saved it. Edwards again. Yes, Bella Edwards with 11. And the Golden Eagles have drawn to within 11 after being down by as many as 24.
And Bella Edwards taking advantage of the situation. She's coming in, typically doesn't get a lot of minutes, coming in and doing really well.
And then Meyer, the foul on the rebound. And this is why Oral Roberts is never out of a game, because with the pace and how they play defensively, if there's 4 minutes left in a game, they can make up a 20-point deficit.
Yeah, you know, and we just talking about Bella Edwards, and she gets that offensive rebound, gets fouled, now gets a chance at the free throw line.
Edwards didn't play against North Dakota State in the league opener, which played against UND, a career-high 6 points, hit 2 threes, but it was in the final minutes of garbage time, essentially. But here she is with Oglesby not available, getting some minutes, taking advantage of her opportunity. And Edwards now with 13 points, and ORU within single digits.
13 points in 6 minutes.
Abdush's pass deflected. She'll run it down in the backcourt. Hartwig nearly had it poked away.
Yeah, you got to be really careful in the post area trying to put that ball on the floor.
Basika had it blocked from the side. The Jacks are 2 of 13 in the quarter. And an offensive foul. Trusty called for a push-off. Boy, the Golden Eagles had all the momentum and an opportunity there, and then Trusty called for the foul. Here's another look.
A little bit of a shove.
How do you turn the tide here if you're SDSU?
Well, I think we just got to relax and try to get a field goal to fall. You know, we're 0 of 11 over the last 7 minutes. Not that we're not taking bad looks. Oral Roberts has picked up the pace a little bit, playing a little different zone combination.
Ooh, and stepping on the baseline after the rebound was Hartsock. The Golden Eagle coaching staff is pleading with Missy Brooks. You see Sophie Anderson saying there was a push there, but no call. Was there a push?
I don't feel like there was much of a push. She was pretty much had some pretty good verticality.
Shot clock at 10. And a whistle on the drive. Colbeck fouled by Hartsock.
Those are always hard ones as a coach, because kind of bail us out because there wasn't much time left on the shot clock.
So Colbeck good on 2 at the free throw line. Her first points of the day. Jackrabbit lead 11 with 1 minute left in the half. Baldwin with the hot hand. Donnelly out to Hartsock. And the offensive rebound to Jackson. Between foul trouble and no Oglesby, Oral Roberts has played shorthanded in this second quarter, but they continue to linger as Taylor Jackson scores on the putback. Funches, Trusty, Holton, 3 starters, all with 2 fouls. Oglesby not even here. And Oral Roberts still within 9 with 30 seconds and ticking in the half. They were down 24 earlier in this quarter. Hartwig blocked by Jackson.
About 10-second difference in the shot clock. If Oral Roberts gets a offensive or defensive rebound, SDSU is going to really make sure they get back.
Abdush. No good for South Dakota State. Jackson the rebound. Plenty of time here for ORU. 5 seconds for Edwards. Edwards the step back. Left it short. Kolbeck may have gotten her hand on it. South Dakota State missed its last 14 shots as the Jackrabbits saw a 24-point lead dwindle to single digits. But SDSU with a 9-point edge as we go to halftime. We'll have features on an SDSU alum and the Jackrabbit men's basketball posts when you return halftime from First Bank and Trust Arena. It's SDSU by 9. But Oral Roberts, this is a tenacious team that would not go quietly. Mathewitz hits the three, but you see what Trusty can do. And the big story in the first half for ORU is number 20, Bella Edwards, who had 13 points in 8 minutes, including 3 from long range.
Yeah, and she had her previous high was 6 up at UND in the last few minutes of the game.
Oral Roberts without Jaylee Oglesby, 2-time reigning 6th Woman of the Year in the Summit League, who did not make the trip, so they won in Vermilion on Thursday without her. Still without her today, of course, and to see Edwards step up has been huge. But from SDSU, what changed from quarter 1 to quarter 2 as far as Aaron Johnston's squad is concerned?
You know, it's just I think you got into the point where shots didn't fall as easily as maybe the first quarter, and then as the quarter goes on, they're not falling, and you kind of think about that throughout the game. And as a shooter, you really have to have a short memory, and just they kept shooting the ball. They had great looks, but just couldn't get any of those to fall. Jackrabbits bring to the game.
Jackrabbits 12-4 overall, 2-0 in the Summit League. Golden Eagles 2-1 in league play, 9-7 for the year. And it's hard to imagine, but Oral Roberts has dropped 29 consecutive games to South Dakota State. You have to go back to January of 2012 in Tulsa for the last time that ORU beat SDSU in this series. And it's not that the Golden Eagles haven't had some very good teams during that stretch, just been how good SDSU has been. So Golden Eagles again go zone here as we start the second half. Jacks in the yellows, Golden Eagles in the blues. Hartwig. And the rebound to Baldwin. So the Jackrabbits haven't scored in almost 10 minutes of gameplay from the field.
Had a lot of good opportunities. Hopefully they can get one to fall here soon.
Donley against Hartwig. Into Funches, who spent a lot of time on the bench in foul trouble. She hits, and here come the Golden Eagles. They're back within 7.
It's pretty amazing how quickly the game changed.
Good ball movement in the zone, and Vasika missing the 3. Rebound to Baldwin. Last time this game was within 6 or fewer points was in the first 2.5 minutes. Golden Eagles can get to that with a point here. Baldwin driving on Fox. Got past her and finishes. The Golden Eagles riding this wave. They have scored 26 of the last 37. Meyer attacks. And it will count and add 1 for Brooklyn Meyer. I don't think we can overstate how badly Aaron Johnston's squad needed that.
Yeah, that was a big basket that the SDSU Jackrabbits really needed.
Foul on Trusty, so that is 3 on Oral Roberts, his leading scorer, who wears number 3. Meyer misses the free throw. Saved into Hartwig's hands, though. She misses the first time, then had it blocked by Funches, but then ORU turns it back over.
Yeah, that's a Got to be very careful when you go to save the basketball underneath the opposing team's basket.
And Fox drops in the three, her third. Boy, that feels like a huge swing.
You can kind of almost feel a little bit of a sigh that the shoulders drop. We relax a little bit more after hitting that.
5-point possession, how it turns out for South Dakota State. Edwards out to Trusty. Donley on the take. And a foul on Hartwig. Maggie Hartwig's third, and immediately here comes Hillary Behrens from the South Dakota State bench. Boy, she misses both. But an offensive rebound. Edwards keeps it alive. Casts the three, no good. Another offensive rebound. This is Baldwin, and she had it swatted away by Meyer. Golden Eagles have drawn to as close as 5, and speaking of 5, that's a count of 5 on Hartsock, and the Golden Eagles turn it over after being unable to inbound the basketball.
Yeah, that was a big turnover for the Jackrabbits, them not being able to get the ball into play.
Vasika looks inside, but the Golden Eagles doing a good job denying Meyer. They have her again in the middle of that rather than down at the block.
Yeah, they've moved the offense a little bit higher, bringing her out to that free throw line, trying to work some screens coming off that.
Behrens had it blocked, and there's a shot clock violation on South Dakota State.
You know, bringing her out to that free throw line, Brooklyn Meyer allows her the opportunity to set some screens and then looking to roll the basket and just trying to get her back involved in the game.
What's the most challenging thing when you face that zone offensively?
Oh, you know, just trying to figure out, I think for the Jackrabbits right now, trying to figure out what they're going to do, because sometimes they double or triple team if the ball goes into the post, and sometimes they don't. And so I think Brooklyn sometimes is afraid that double or triple team's coming and maybe doesn't take the ball to the hoop.
Behrens is no good. Rebound to Meyer. Nice pass to Behrens, who is blocked and fouled. Well, to your point, the Golden Eagles want the offense to be reactive rather than proactive, and when you don't know what's coming, makes you hesitant, right?
Right, and so they hesitate. You know, you can see sometimes, you know, that last basket that Meyer made or drove and got fouled on, she was a little hesitant at first because she was so open in the lane. Probably could have just taken the shot.
Jackson returns for Oral Roberts, and Edwards as well. Colbeck. The Jacks 14 triples today. Donley fouled on the drive. And the Golden Eagles are 4 of 23 from deep, and the Jacks are 14 of 31. That's a 30-point difference. Shot clock off for South Dakota State. Meyer. Force that one up. Here's Trusty the other way. And Trusty carried some luggage with her on that travel. Abdush. Vasika to Meyer. It counts and a foul. What a way to end the quarter for South Dakota State.
During that stretch, other players got lots of playing time and experience, but nice to have the full squad.
The loop over the top. Jackson unable to finish, but she'll shoot a pair. Claire Shepard called for her first, the Flandreau High School alum. That's awfully tough. Jackson being fronted by Abdush, 5'7" in front of 6'3". So here's Jackson at the line. Shepard looking in, instead off to Abdush. Meyer surrounded, and it'll be 3 seconds. Jack's 12th turnover. And it's a Golden Eagle team that averages forcing more than 20 a game, and SDSU has committed only 12 thus far.
You know, and some of those, I think, turnovers we've had haven't really been forced. It's maybe been a little bit not paying attention to kind of the small details. Camping out in the lane.
Gentry Baldwin with her first 3 today, a team high 24 for the year. Good ball movement. Colbeck from the corner gives SDSU its 15th three.
Just such a great job of making that extra pass. You know, when you look at Vasika, we talked about not showing a lot of emotions. Did smile.
It's in there.
Yeah, it is.
She just makes you work for it. Long on the tray is Edwards, and Meyer the rebound. Jacks turn it over. This, by the way, for SDSU is a season high for threes. They made 12 in the win in Sioux Falls over Gonzaga back in November.
You know, looking at threes, and SDSU goes 8 of 13 that first period, 0 of 6 the second period, and then 6 of 12 again in the third.
Baldwin with 11. Abdush, little head movement there, trying to get Meyer in a certain spot, and then Meyer gets the ball that is fouled. And that is 4 on Anna Trusty. Jacks, that's one of the subplots of this thing. They've held Trusty to 7 points on 8 field goal attempts. Nope. That's tough for ORU to win with so little production out of somebody as talented as Trusty.
Right, you know, and you got Trusty having to pick up, I think, some of that point guard position, pushing the ball in the break, where Oglesby kind of did a lot of that herself.
Abdush the offensive rebound, but rushed the layup. And then a foul on the rebound will be on Brooklyn Meyer. Abdush out. Fox returns as we get another look. You can see Abdush couldn't believe she missed it. Smacking her hands together. Donley scores against Hartwick. Caton Donley with 9. She will be a problem for teams this Summit League campaign.
Yeah, she does a great job. She has lots of multiple moves. Hard to really guard because she can change that up.
Donley commits the foul on Hartwick.
Second team foul, shooting 2, number 24.
See Hartwick go to work here. Then she won in 2 seasons with the Aces. Trusty finds Edwards, back to Trusty. Tool the rebound, and the foul on Edwards. That is rebound number 5. Make that number 6 for Tool to go with 9 points.
You know, and Bella Edwards only averaging 4 minutes a game, playing 13, 14 minutes here in this game.
She's provided a spark for Oral Roberts when they made that surge.
Yeah, big one in the second quarter.
Hartwick triple teamed. Fox got another. Fox with 14, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists in her return. And Fox and Vasika today with 31 points between them.
And only 3 players that haven't attempted a 3.
Shepard into Felkley, had it poked away, but it'll stay here.
Yeah, looking to thread the needle on that one, trying to get done and felt in the game.
Felkley. And the Jacks are over 100 for the first time in almost 2 years. February 29th of 2024, the Jacks put 103 on North Dakota. It's Felkley the hack. Her mom, a multi-year starter to Oklahoma State. Player of the year in her class at Norman Community Christian High in Oklahoma. Jackrabbits shooting 48% overall, 51 from deep today. Shepard overthrows Felkley. And let's throw this number out there too, 28 assists for South Dakota State.
Yeah, they definitely a very unselfish team. Do a great job of distributing the basketball to the kind of the hot hand, but
final 90 seconds here. The Golden Eagles will drop to 500 in league play, and SDSU will remain undefeated. Hazelton. Colbeck with 2 more. She has 13 on the afternoon.
Five players in double figures for South Dakota State.
And Colbeck a season high 13, Lisa.
Yeah, and you got Oral Roberts with 3 players in double figures. And again, missing probably one of their most important links.
The drive and score by Hartsock. Well, the Jackrabbits established the tempo early with the threes. Oral Roberts did not go away quietly. Shepard. A little long, rebound to ORU. But the team effort by South Dakota State all the way around. Edwards again. Air ball out of bounds, and the shot clock will be off here for South Dakota State. This is the most assists by a Jackrabbit squad since a win against Omaha last February.
What is the record for assists?
A lot.
A lot?
I just know it's the most since then.
Okay.
We'll get to the bottom of that later. Here's what we can tell you. South Dakota State had 5 in double figures and hit a program record 19 three-pointers in defeating Oral Roberts today 103-76. We invite you to stay tuned. We'll hear from the head coach of the Jacks, Aaron Johnson. And Emily Fox, SDSU a winner. It's 3-0 in the Summit League and has won 65 straight regular season conference games. South Dakota State picks up the victory today over ORU to run its mark to 13-4, 3-0 in league play. For our event producer, Eric Ray, broadcast producer, Chris McDaniel, Lisa Bahi, and our entire crew, I'm Tyler Merriam. You've been watching South Dakota State basketball on the Summit League Network, powered by Midco Sports Plus.